So today I'm going to show you how to make this very cute Swiss cheese hideaway for my rats, or your rats. It gives them another place to explore, but it's also covered enough so that they can feel safe when they go inside of it. So the first step that I did was I used an older hideaway to measure the base of this one, so that it would fit in my cage. Then, using a piece of paper, but if you're fancy-pantsy and rich, you can use a ruler, I measured from the middle of the base and determined the length of the hideaway. And then it turned it into a triangle. Oh my lord! The next stage was to make the sides of the cheese, and the only thing you need to remember from this is that they all need to be the same height, and also at right angles from the side that you're coming off. So when you're drawing it, it needs to, so you have the side of the triangle, and then the wall part needs to come at a right angle from that side, and not on any other angles, otherwise when you put it together, it's just not going to work at all. You're going to have a wonky cheese. After that, I then drew on some tabs, which will later be used to glue together the cheese. It's less important that these are the same size, but I made them the same size anyway. But these tabs are very important for you to actually put it together. So now for the Swiss cheese part, because we have a triangle and we need some Swiss cheese. In order to get even circles, I used a cup to put in a few holes that were big enough that they could climb through. But then if you use a lot of these, it'll take up a lot of space, and then your cheese will be all holes and no walls. And you need a lot of walls for them to still like it and for it to be a nice hideaway. But the thing with that was that it just didn't look Swiss cheesy enough. So I went over and I got myself a wine bottle cap, you could use any bottle cap really, to make smaller circles that will be used as just decorative holes. And I stuck a few there and it looks very nice. Then the next step is to wrestle with the cardboard until you have the hideaway cut out. If you have a box cutter or an X-Acto knife, use that. Also, always remember to cut away from yourself. Do as I say, not as I do. So, once it's all cut out, I scored along the edges so that it can be folded. So this just means running a knife along the cardboard to cut the first layer of the cardboard, but not all of the cardboard. It'll make it 1,000 times easier to fold along the lines. Also, fun fact, you're actually supposed to do this on the underside of the fold so that it looks a lot neater. So it'll still have the easy folding effect, but you'll have the cardboard going over the top and it looks nice. But I did it on the top of the fold, which still works, it just looks a lot messier. Then you have to wrestle with the cardboard again once it's cut out to cut out the holes. Once again, an X-Acto knife would have made a much better job, but I just used a pin and a steak knife. Then, to put it together, just use some non-toxic glue and glue the tabs to the wall. So remember to score along the tabs, because they also need to be folded. And I use some non-toxic glue to glue the tabs along the walls and keep everything together. Use some form of clip or weak tape to hold it in place while the glue dries. If you didn't think ahead like I didn't, and your tab goes over one of the holes, just cut it out once the glue is dry. Easy, done, simple, you've got a hole, it looks nice. So you can leave it at this stage if you want and have a more natural cardboard effect, or if you're like me and you're going for a cartoon Swiss cheese look, you can paint it this obnoxious yellow. Today I'm using a non-toxic paint from the kids craft section of my local store. It works pretty well on the cardboard, but I would recommend a base coat so that the yellow ends up very obnoxiously bright. I didn't film painting of the yellow, you know how to paint. Obviously wait for the undercoat to dry, you know, I don't know. And then you can introduce it to your rats! Although, in this situation, my rats must have known that they were lactose intolerant because they were way more interested in other aspects of outdoor time than the hideaway. If you're very lucky, they may even sleep in it. Thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please like it, and please comment down below any ideas for any other hideaway themes for next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye!